that worked. I cannot. I gotta be quiet. I gotta hide out here for probably 15 minutes. I'm in the bowels of the stadium right now. I was almost walking on the field. There's no fans inside yet. It's only staff here. So I can't be seen. But if I can just hold out for 10, 15 minutes, then I can't believe this just happened. Oh my God. Where's the security? Where's the security? Do they just think people are going to follow the rules? They... I'll check back in soon. Oh my God.
KP Watershed, America's favorite YouTube show.
It's been about 10 minutes in this staircase where I'm kind of crouched behind a wall where nobody up or down can see me. So what happened was I was just walking around the stadium doing laps. Sorry, someone just walked by down there, and so I really gotta be quiet here. So I walked in, and I was basically on the field, and there was security in the stadium. There's no fans here yet. They haven't opened up the stadium yet. So even though there was security inside the stadium and on the field, they didn't look at me, they didn't question it, and as quickly as I could, I ducked into a staircase, and that's where I am now. Up goes into the stands, down goes onto the field level, and I just gotta wait here and hope no one comes down these stairs until the match starts, and if I can do that, then I'm golden. I'm glad you're here with me. This is fucking great. I cannot believe this just happened. Amazing. All right, I'm gonna stop filming and just keep quiet and hope that my luck holds up. I'm still in disbelief. I cannot believe that I was able to just... I really hope the camera was filming as I was walking on. The quality probably won't be very good, but if I just got 1 second of that open field and empty stadium, that was the craziest moment. I don't know if the security is usually this shoddy here. I don't know if I just got really, really lucky. It's ugly, rainy weather outside. Maybe as a result of that, the security's kind of not on their A game. I don't know. This shouldn't be allowed to happen. This isn't a new stadium, I don't think. It was just this huge opening, and I just walked right in. Anybody could have just walked right in, driven right in. Somebody could have driven a car in here, probably. That would have been noticed. But so far, I've not been noticed. All right, just 1 minute left.
There I was, and all I had to do was hide out in this staircase for about an hour and a half before they finally let off a horn and opened the gates.
There was just a horn. I think that means they're opening the stadium. I think we're in the clear. When I post this video online, I think people aren't even going to believe it's real, but it is fucking real, guys. This really just happened. So it's 2 o'clock, gates have opened, and I am in the clear. Unbelievable. Turns out the match starts at 3 o'clock, not 1 o'clock. That was the confusion earlier.
And once they did that, all the fans started coming in, and I just kind of got mixed up amongst the rest of the fans who came in the right way. And that's how I snuck into King Power Stadium and got to watch a professional football game for the first time in my life. And it was a great time. I had a blast.
Wait. I have more questions.
Okay.
Are they benches or are they seats? Like, are there numbered seats, and did you have to find one that nobody was in?
Great question.
Or did you move around? Like, how did anybody ever try to check your tickets?
They're numbered seats, and they didn't try to check my ticket, so I was worried about that. I bought some food once I got in, got a beer, and then figured, all right, as we're getting closer, you know what it was? They had a helicopter deliver the ball, and I wanted to go to see that. Yeah, so I hear on the loudspeaker, everybody, if you want to see the helicopter come deliver the ball, head to your seats now, because that's about to happen. So I'm like, oh shit, I want to see that. So I get another beer and start walking up towards the entrance to go back down to the seats, and at the entrance, security stops me, and I'm like, oh shit. like I stopped to see like whether they're checking other people's tickets, and they were not checking tickets. So I was like, all right, I'll be fine. I'll just walk right in, act like I'm supposed to be there. But they stopped me, and the reason they stopped me, I had no idea, is because you're not allowed to bring beer back to your seats at professional soccer games in the UK either. So they're like, hey, you can't bring that beer in here. The guy goes, it's not a rugby match, you know?
Really? He said it's not a rugby. So are there like designated drinking areas then? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you can like have it, you know, in the concession area, and there are like designated areas outside of, you know, like in you know, where you can just kind of walk around the stadium, but not inside the seated part where you can watch the game. Yeah. I don't know why that is really. I guess I talked to a native from the office later, and I guess the reason was people used to just buy like 12 beers at a time and carry them back to their seats and then drink them one after another as the game progressed. But I don't know, like again, I think here in the US they just limit the number you can buy at a time, right? But I don't know, for whatever reason, you can't buy beers. You can't bring beers back to your seats there. That's why I got stopped. But so I finished the beer and then walk in, and no, nobody from the stadium asked to see my ticket. So I sat down in an open seat, a great seat, and you know, I could tell that people around me knew that I wasn't the person who normally sat there, because again, for these games, the local fans go to every single game, right? It's the same people sitting in the same seats, wearing the same clothes, doing the same chants. Yeah, so the people nearby, you know, were giving me looks kind of, but hey, for the first 15 minutes, nobody showed up in the seat, so I'm loving it. And we get into the flow of the game, and then finally somebody shows up, and they're like, "Hey, you're in my seat." So I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I am." So I walk up to the top, of this section, and there were a few more open seats way up at the top. So I kind of float around that row for a while, and while I'm floating around there, now I'm scouting out for other open seats that are in other parts of the stadium. And finally, I spot a block of like 3 open seats. It was amazing, actually. I'd never in my entire life, at any professional sports game, seen a game as sold out as this normal, ordinary, regular season Leicester City Foxes game. It was truly sold out, and I would say 99.9% of the seats in that stadium were filled from start to finish of that game. That's something you just don't see in America, right? You know,
I mean, like NFL game. Like, have you ever been at the Meadowlands when it's like every seat sold out?
Not anymore. Not in the new stadium. They've priced.
I guess I haven't been to the new stadium,
especially in the luxury areas. I mean, it's better than it is at New York's new baseball stadiums. But they've priced out in certain sections the fans, and just like, I don't know, because I guess in American sports there are so many starts and stops and commercial breaks. You know, people are getting up, they're going to get food, they're going to get drinks, they're going to the bathroom.
It's not like soccer where it's constant. Like how they keep the clock running is always one of the things that.
I mean, I guess like for us, like at the Super Bowl,
made it really different.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean,
the Super Bowl, you just see people's iPhone cameras going off the whole game.
But yeah, it was really amazing. And yeah, I guess in the YouTube version of this, I'll cut in. I was amazed. I took so many shots of just like section after section where every single seat was filled. It was a very good game. Yeah, the home team won 2-1. Jamie Vardy scored. The Leicester City streak continued. And it took a long time to find an open seat, but I did find one for the second half. Moved over there, and yeah, it was such a great time. I can't wait to go to another soccer game. I really left with I mean, I guess when you get to go for free, you're kind of playing with house money. And another thing that amazed me there was that betting on the game, gambling is legal, and you can do it inside the stadium in the UK. So since I was already, like I said, playing with house money, I placed a few bets, hit on those. Although it was fun in the moment, I didn't learn until after that you can't, as an American, bet on a soccer game in England. So they let me play. I'm still emailing back and forth with this freaking betting agency, but apparently they take your money when you place the bet, and then once you win and say you're an American, then they're like, "Oh, sorry, we can't pay you your winnings." So that it didn't quite work out in the long term, but in the moment, I thought I won those bets, and I had a great time.
I've been caught stealing once when I was 5. I ain't just stealing, it's just as simple as that.
Maybe you can buy a ticket to one of the next matches. We've had our tickets for months and months.